Alright, so what I have here is a Bolens riding lawnmower. It's made by MTD. It has the Varidrive belt system. This particular one is a 6-speed shift on the go. And the belts aren't looking too great, so I'm going to go ahead and replace those. Now the first thing you want to do is put it in the lowest gear or park. This particular one has the shifter on the dash, so the lowest setting is park, and that will take all the tension off of the belt so you can get them out. Now I already have the battery removed. You just pull out the battery supports. And you can see the Varidrive system. You have your rear belt here, and then the front belt runs on the Varidrive pulley and goes to the front. Now, the first thing we're going to do is take off the rear belt, and then we can get the front belt off. Now first I'm going to take this old head bolt. It doesn't have to be a head bolt, it can be anything really. I'm going to stick it through one of the holes in the pulley and rotate it until it catches on this bar right here. Now I'm going to reach through the side here with my wrench and loosen up this nut. Sometimes you can get a socket on top of the nut and then use an extension to come out to here, but this one I can't get one onto there. I already broke it free, but it wasn't that tight. Pull the head bolt out, and now I'll pull the pulley up off of its splines, and that will allow us to get some get the belt off. Alright, I got the top belt off. Now the pulley doesn't have to come out, it can just stay right where it is. Now what we're going to do is, you can see the lower belt, the front belt is loose because I have it in park. I'm going to pull the center part of the variable drive pulley up, and that will allow me to get the belt off of the pulley. Alright, I got that one off. Okay, now what I've done is drop the deck. Now there's just 2 attachment points in the rear, and then you can remove the single hanger in the front. And you can see I've moved the belt keeper out of the way and removed the belt off the front. And that's so we can get access to the front pulley and belt on the front. Okay, now you can see why we need to get to the front pulley. MTD uses these belt keepers that are part of the frame, so you have to drop the pulley down to get the belt out. What I'm going to do is remove the pulley bolt. The pulley should just drop down fairly easily. Sometimes they're stuck a little bit. Now you don't need to drop it down a whole lot, just enough to get the belt out. I'll just fish the belt out now. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take my new belt and just stick that right back in there. Right now, I'm just going to fish it towards the back. We're not going to worry about lining it up with everything. You want to get the belt tied around the pulley so that it'll go within the belt keepers, then put the pulley back in. Okay, now we can go ahead and stick the pulley towards the back where it needs to be. Alright, now before we let the mower down, you're going to want to get the front belt into position on the variable drive pulley. Alright, I got the belt on there now. I just want to go underneath and double check that the belt is within all the belt guides and everything's in the proper position. Everything appears to be good down here. Okay, so I put the deck back on, pulleys back in, the belts are all in, the belt guides are all in. Now I can go back and put the rear belt on. Okay, now first I'm just going to put the belt onto the large transmission pulley. I'm not going to worry about the other pulleys right this second. Main thing is you just want to get the belt seated on the pulley correctly and then put the pulley back into its splines. Now the frame on this side acts as a belt keeper. That's why you have to unbolt the pulley. You want to make sure the belt is still in, because once you get the pulley on, it's almost impossible to get that belt in there. Alright, now I'm going to take my head bolt and just stick it right back in there. Get my wrench and tighten up the bolt. Okay, now that that's on there, I'm going to go ahead and thread the belt onto the variable drive pulley. Okay, now the last pulley is mounted on a tensioner. So what I like to do is get a pry bar in there and just move the tensioner in and then put the belt onto the pulley. Okay, I got the belt onto the idler. The new belts tend to be a lot tighter on the idler than the old belts. Now I'll just put the battery holders in. And that's it. All done.